The man was shocked to discover a woman was crying in fear. Her hands were also strangely placed inside a blue cloth bag. Based on his past experience, Jack was convinced there had to be something extremely dangerous inside, so he cautiously approached the crying woman. Then he asked her to take her hands out and show them to him. But the woman refused to do so. She just kept telling him to go away. But the next second, when Jack saw that there was no bomb inside the bag, he finally breathed a little easier, but the woman was still extremely tense. So Jack chose not to use force. Instead, he tried to talk her down.
I can help you. I'm a cop.
But to his surprise, the moment the woman heard that Jack was a police officer, her expression suddenly changed.
You're a cop. No one can help me now.
Oh, shit, man!
Sure enough, Jack was taken to the police station as a suspect, but Jack calmly explained. All they had to do was question the other passengers on the train. They could easily prove that he was not the killer.
We did. They didn't. Some of them were asleep, others weren't looking.
4 witnesses and no one saw anything?
3.
There were 4. A small Hispanic woman in her 40s, black man in his 30s, both tired, both coming off a night shift. Balkan immigrant, mid-20s.
How the hell you know he was a Balkan immigrant?
Coloring, height. People from that region are taller on average. He was putting ketchup on his pizza, which originated in Albania. And he was wearing a Colorado State shirt that was spelled with all O's. Irregular shirts are given to charities, and he was wearing whatever handout fit. So, Balkan, immigrant.
Jack described everything in great detail, making the female detective feel more and more that there was something unusual about him. Jack then provided even stronger evidence.
She was killed with a .357 Magnum. I don't have a drop of blood on me, and I'd have gun residue up to my wrists. When I got here, you followed me into the bathroom and let me wash my hands. You wouldn't have done that if you thought I shot this woman. You would have fingerprinted and Mirandized me. You're stalling.
Seeing that Jack had already figured out their real intentions, the detective decided to come clean. They were only trying to buy time, because federal agents from Washington were on their way to question him. The woman who died on the subway was actually a government employee. Since Jack was no longer considered a suspect, the police had no reason to keep him there. But just as he was about to leave, the detective suddenly came up with a ridiculous excuse.
That lady wasn't doing anything until you ran up on her, got her all worked up enough to... Sometimes people on the edge get pushed over that edge. Maybe you're the pusher. And you'll stay here because I'm telling you to stay.
You really think you can make me do anything?
Jack's words sent a chill down the detective's spine. He quickly turned around and walked away while pretending to stay calm. Not long after, the federal agents arrived at the police station. The very first thing they said left Jack completely speechless.
Did you receive anything from Anna?
Receive what?
Maybe she gave you something and you ditched it. I'm gonna go back for it later.
Jack was completely fed up. He had never even touched the woman. Besides, he had already been thoroughly searched by the police. Yet the 3 agents kept asking him what he had taken. Whatever they were looking for, it was obviously extremely important to the government.
What is it the government's so worried she might have given me? What are you looking for?
Once again, we are here to ask the questions. You're here to answer them.
Not anymore, Snap.
Their arrogant attitude made Jack lose all patience. He simply stood up and walked out of the interrogation room. But he never expected, the moment he walked out of the police station, 2 men stopped him.
The woman who died in the subway, did she give you anything?
So far, nothing but hassle.
Did you give it to the police?
Give what to the police?
The flash drive.
That was when Jack realized these people were looking for a USB drive. When the 2 men tried to keep coming after him, Jack finally decided to fight back. He easily broke free from them, but Jack knew he was already caught up in this mess. If he did not deal with it once and for all, they would never stop coming after him. So he went to a store across the street and bought a USB drive. Then he handed it to the 2 men outside, telling them to take it back and answer to whoever sent them. But Jack had one condition. He wanted to meet their boss in person. But when Jack finally met the so-called boss, he was completely stunned. It was nothing like the crime boss he had imagined. Instead, there was a young woman and her mother. The 2 men were not her henchmen either. They were actually her cousins. After Leela explained everything, Jack finally understood what was really going on. Leela had grown up as an orphan. She had asked Anna, who worked in human resources, to help find her biological father. But what she discovered shocked her. Her biological father was actually a highly popular presidential candidate. If the scandal of him abandoning an Asian mother and daughter became public, it would definitely damage his political career. The USB drive belonging to the female employee contained documents proving that Lila and the politician were biological father and daughter. But before the USB drive could reach Lila, Anna was killed on the subway. Now the USB drive was also missing. After learning that a politician was involved, Jack realized he had already been dragged into the middle of this mess. If he could not find that USB drive, the police would not let him off the hook either. To get rid of this trouble once and for all, he went to the National Library. He wanted to investigate the presidential candidate's background. But while he was reading through the files, someone quietly approached from behind.
Give me the drive.
They were after the USB drive too. Jack immediately got into a fierce fight with the man. The man's fighting skills were also extremely impressive. His punches and moves were almost identical to Jack's. It looked like he was military trained too. Luckily, Jack took advantage of the moment when the man went to pick up his dagger. He quickly pushed the bookshelf, hitting the man between the shelves. While the man was unable to move, Jack quickly ran downstairs. He was heading to Lila's place because he knew the young woman was probably in trouble too. But what he did not expect was that the moment he entered an alley, a group of men in black blocked his way. They clearly knew how dangerous Jack was. They did not waste any time talking. Instead, they immediately fired a tranquilizer gun at him. They knocked the big man unconscious and threw him into a car. Jack was taken away just like that. So what is the truth behind all of this? There may be another dark secret hidden inside that USB drive. Stay tuned for episode 2 of Jack Reacher 4.